Yeah, I mean, I think Bryson, he's a tremendous competitor. He's a great partner as well. I partnered with him in 2021 at Whistling Straits, and he was a tremendous guy to be out there on the golf course with. He's a great guy. He's a good friend, and he's been great in our team room. Like you said, he brings a lot of energy. The people love him, and I think he loves the opportunity to be able to represent his country. He's a multiple-time U.S. Open winner, and that means a lot to him. And being an American, I think, means a lot to him as well. And I'm excited to kind of unleash him this week.
That's the #1 player in the world talking, and he's not the only one. Tiger Woods called what Bryson DeChambeau did to his game unprecedented. Jordan Spieth said he could make one of the hardest courses on earth look easy. And his fiercest rival, the man who once mocked him in front of the entire sport, eventually said 5 words nobody saw coming. This is what the best players in golf actually say about Bryson DeChambeau when the microphones are on them. And we'll get to all of them one by one. But before any of that, Bryson was the punchline, the mad scientist with the physics degree and the one-length irons, treating golf like a lab problem. When he announced he was going to rebuild his body and chase distance, most of the sport rolled its eyes. Then, Tiger Woods watched what he was doing and said something no one expected.
He's put in the time, he's put in the work. I mean, what he's done in the gym has been incredible. And what he's done on the range and what he's done with this entire team to be able to optimize that one club and transform his game and the ability to hit the ball as far as he has and as short a span as he has. It's never been done before. I had speed, and as you say, in 97, I hit it far. And, as I got bigger and I filled out and tried to get stronger, it was to not hit the ball further. It was to be more consistent and be able to practice longer. And actually, I got a little bit shorter as I got into my mid-20s and late 20s. Probably the most speed I ever had when I was 20 years old. So, 21, I still had a little bit more speed, but as I got a little bit bigger and I didn't hit as far, but I got better. What Bryson's done has been absolutely incredible, and we've all been amazed at what he's been able to do in such a short span of time. It's never been done before.
Listen to what Tiger is actually saying there. He had speed when he was young. It came to him naturally. Bryson manufactured his deliberately, piece by piece, with his team and the technology in front of him. And it happened in months, not years. When the greatest player of his generation says it's never been done before, that's not a small compliment. That's a man who changed golf once, recognizing someone else changing it again. And the numbers backed him up. In 2019, Bryson ranked tied for 34th on the PGA Tour in driving distance, averaging just over 302 yards. 1 year later, he was first, at 322, and suddenly, courses that were designed to punish everyone else started opening up for him. Nobody explained what that felt like better than Jordan Spieth.
They're showing Bryson. I'm like, this guy, if he has to lose the Masters to not win the Masters.
Interesting.
His fairway on 9 goes from the scoreboard off number 1, 90 yards left of the fairway, to the bunkers off number 7.
Mm-hmm.
That's his fairway. I mean, it's 1,000 yards wide.
That's not just an advantage. He's playing a different golf course than everyone else in the field, and it got inside the heads of the very best. After watching Bryson overpower Winged Foot at the 2020 U.S. Open, Rory McIlroy went chasing speed of his own, and he admitted it too. He said, "I'd be lying if I said it wasn't anything to do with what Bryson did at the U.S. Open." A top golfer rebuilt his own swing because of what Bryson did, but not everyone was convinced. Because around that same time, a different argument was spreading through the locker room that none of this actually counted. Matthew Fitzpatrick said it out loud. He said, "It's not a skill to hit the ball a long way, in my opinion. I could put on 40 pounds. He's just taking the skill out of it." Plenty of players quietly agreed with him. Justin Thomas did not.
I don't understand how you can
tell me or anybody that what Bryson has done. It's like, look, you don't have to like the guy. You don't have to agree with what he's doing. You can think he's different, whatever. But you can't argue the fact that he has completely transformed his body, which is large, by the way. He is a unit, and done it successfully and played well and won a major. And I mean, he's spent so much he's pretty much given up his life. He's completely changed his entire lifestyle and what he's done. And I mean, it's just like someone learning to jump higher, someone learning to throw a football farther. It's like it's a skill, and you can get as mad as you want, but at the end of the day, every single sport is progressing in some way or the other. And obviously this is an extreme, but I just don't know. I understand what he was saying about you need to hit it straight and you need to get it up and down. But another thing is Bryson won the U.S. Open because he putts the hell out of it,
Yes.
not because he...
And Justin's second point there is the one people miss. Winged foot wasn't won with the driver alone. Bryson was the only player in the entire field to finish under par that week, and in the final round, he ranked third in the field in strokes gained putting. He won by 6, but only the power got the headlines. Which brings up the one part of his game everybody swore would fail him: the short game. For years, this was the honest knock on Bryson. At Augusta, he lost strokes around the greens in 4 straight Masters appearances. The doubters weren't inventing that. It was real. Then he went and fixed it. At the 2025 Masters, Bryson didn't just improve around the greens. He led the entire field in strokes gained around the green. And a year before that, he'd already produced the proof under the most pressure golf can offer. Pinehurst, 2024, the 72nd hole of the U.S. Open, clinging to a one-shot lead over Rory McIlroy, ball sitting in the sand 55 yards from the hole. Ask John Rahm what happened next.
You consider that Bryson might have, that I could remember, if it's not the best up and down to win a major ever made, it's got to be top 3. Maybe up there with Tom Watson's chip in at Pebble on 17. Phil's up and down at Balterstall on 18. There's obviously going to be a few others like Tiger's chip in at Augusta, but on 18 to actually having to do it to win the tournament, it's got to be one of the best. And with how he played on Sunday, I thought he showed a lot, and how much has changed himself in the last few years. And hear him talk about it was quite inspiring, right? And I think it's great for all of us. And
one of the best up and downs to win a major, ever. From the guy who was supposed to have no short game, but not everyone was ready to say so out loud. If one person embodied the resistance to Bryson DeChambeau, it was Brooks Koepka. The feud ran for years, the shots at his slow play, the jabs about his body, and the eye roll at the 2021 PGA Championship that went so viral it split golf fans into 2 camps. So remember all of that when you hear what Brooks said in December 2024, we all get older, we all mature a little bit, and then you realize, hey, Bryson's a good dude. I think he's severely misunderstood. I'm the first person to admit it. I was wrong with what my original thoughts were. When your harshest critic tells the world he misjudged you, the whole picture starts to tip. Because by now, Bryson wasn't just winning over players, he was pulling in an audience golf had never reached. His YouTube channel passed 2 million subscribers and millions of viewers, many of whom had never watched a golf tournament in their lives. And the legends noticed. Hear what Phil Mickelson had to say about it.
Bryson has opened a lot of opportunities and kind of shown professional golfers the opportunities that YouTube can bring and social media can bring, and he's doing it in a very engaging way that is bringing a younger fan base to follow many of the pros, his teams, but getting professional golf exposed to younger players and creating this connection. And you're getting to see an inside part of Bryson's life and who he is, and I think he's just kind of the model for what professional golfers can do.
Think about what's happening there. A 6-time major champion, a Hall of Famer, looking at Bryson DeChambeau as the model for where the game goes next. Phil went on to launch a channel of his own. The player they called a lab experiment had become the blueprint. There was just one thing left to prove, though, what he's actually like when his team needs him. Bethpage Black, 2025, the Ryder Cup. Bryson arrived under fire. One prominent analyst had just branded him a captain's nightmare on national television. His teammates heard it. You already heard Scottie Scheffler's answer at the very beginning of this video. Xander Schauffele's went even further.
I was telling Keegan, I was like, I feel like Bryson could be like the difference for us in a strange way from the standpoint of feeding into these fans, the style of golf he plays, and also how, like, you look at me, I'll make a putt and you won't see like too much of a reaction. That's just who I am. That's kind of how I operate. Maybe it might change this week. Who knows? You know, These Ryder Cups kind of bring out the best in you at times. But Bryson's like, this is his arena. You know, if he like views himself as like a gladiator golfer, like this is as good as it gets. So he's been awesome. He's been awesome in the team room, and I'm excited to sort of see what he can do. And hopefully get a lot of points up on the board, because his points might hit harder than maybe my points, for example, just because of how he might celebrate and get these fans in this tournament quickly.
His points might hit harder than mine. That's a two-time major champion himself, saying Bryson's presence is worth more than his own. And even the next generation was taking notes. Cameron Young, playing his first Ryder Cup, wasn't just paired with Bryson, he was studying him.
He's a smart guy. He's interesting to talk to. Obviously loves golf and has thought about golf more than maybe anybody out here throughout his career. So I'm always picking his brain, asking him what he thinks about certain things, and it's been fun for me to kind of watch him work. He's obviously one of the best players in the world, and has had great success playing in big events. So it's fun for me to kind of see what he does and try to learn something from him.
That Saturday morning, Young and DeChambeau went out in foursomes and beat Matt Fitzpatrick and Ludwig Oberg 4-2. And on Sunday, after the hardest week of his career, the world number one told everyone exactly what Bryson meant to that team. Scottie Scheffler said, "I can't tell you how much fun it was watching Bryson in front of me, hitting those putts coming back from 5 down. I can't tell you how much I needed these guys this week." So here's the truth buried in all of these clips and quotes. Plenty of players got longer off the tee. Plenty got stronger in the gym. Rory even admitted he chased the same speed Bryson found first. But nobody else rebuilt the whole game. Nobody else changed the way people approached the sport the way he did. That's the part nobody could copy. They called him an experiment, and they were right. The part they got wrong was thinking it would fail.